Afternoon, team. This is Pat Walker, Machine Winners, making the keyless video for Thursday, 10/17/24. How about that? Dow Jones Industrial Average closed near the highs of the day. A little bit less volume, but the trend is up. This is what's always nice to do. Just what's the trend? The trend is up. We don't have to overthink it. We don't look for overbought or oversold. We ride trends. S&P 500 is trending up also, looks fine. NASDAQ comp is not quite as strong, but it's trending up a little bit. That's good. And all we do, we get in line with it. Team, if you look at it pragmatically, look at the number of stocks that everybody owns on the team. We get in line with what's happening. We let price and volume guide our actions, and it works. Advanced decline line on the new NASDAQ is still kind of floundering here a little bit, okay? We need to start seeing a little bit more improvement with that. And the New York, though, is stronger. There we go. But what's the final again? The final arbiter of what we do, the price and volume action of our stocks. That helps us. This is a powerful lesson. You buy stocks, and if they don't work, it's telling you, A, you're either doing something wrong, looking in the wrong groups, which we don't, or B, we're fighting the markets. Well, we get in line with what is. And I have no problem sitting and waiting, okay? I always used to tell people at the IBD meetups, what you're looking at when you look at your quotes could be a video slot machine. It can suck you into doing stuff. We don't let that happen. Daily market indicators here, as you can see on the NASDAQ, picking up a little bit. New highs versus new lows, good to see. New York, new highs leads new lows. That's good to see. So let's continue onwards and look at some stocks here. We always sort by industry group rank first, percent off, high seconds. Dicom, group number one, finally lifted off today. Psychological level right there at that century mark at 200. DY, $200.60. And I do like the volume pickup today, and I like the composite rating. There you go. Let's move on. Pegasystems, I like the base on this. It's in a good group. Composite rating, 97. Good earnings here. Going across these tops. What's the high on that bar? 74.60. PEGA, $74.60. And you can see the base right here, folks. Just going sideways. That's it. Simple. Composite rating 97. Look at those earnings. There you go. Let's move on. SSNC. Now, this is just a cup formation right here. You can see numbers are okay. Earnings per share ranks 86. Composite ratings 97. We love that. Relative strength 86. As I stated, I can live with that. Earnings per share rank and relative strength both 86. Take out the top of that bar right there. 76.90. SSNC, $76.90. NVIDIA has just been great for us. And looking at the chart, could there be a potential for this to lift across these tops? And I'll draw something for you right here. There you go. Now, D minus accumulation distribution, rising earnings estimates. It's a little loose up here, okay? We're in good shape with it. I'm not going to put it on the key list, okay? We're fine. I've got alert set, believe me. Oh yeah, I have alert set. If it starts to take out yesterday's highs, we may buy more. So anyway, just giving you a heads up on it. That's what we're looking for. NVIDIA. You know what? For those that don't own it, I am going to put it on the key list. I'm locked on it because I'm locked in it. But I'm going to do this just in case for everybody. 139.70. I'd hate for somebody to miss it. So we'll put it on there. CBOE, good group, pretty good numbers. Earnings per share rank 92. The one risk with this, it's kind of loose here. This is called a wide and loose pattern, as you can see. And here's the weekly. I like to educate on these videos, and you can say, yeah, there was some selling volume on the weekly last week. Yes, there was. So little loose, therefore not on the list. I don't like whippy patterns like this. Apple. Now, Apple took off, okay, and then it fell back today. What do we do? Well, we're in it, okay. We'll be watching it. There's no real clean entry at this point in time, so we're in good shape. We'll just watch and see what happens, all right? Not on the key list, but I think everybody probably owns it. I know we do. Here we go. Duolingo. Look at those numbers, folks. Wow. Composite rating 99. Look at the earnings estimates on this thing. That's huge. Institutions look at this stuff. Take out the tops right there. 295.60. DUOL 295.60. Continue onwards. GDS Holdings, pretty good group. Numbers, yeah, kind of so-so. You see that? Earnings per share rate, 29. That's not so good. Oh, composite rating, 82. It could be a little bit better. All right. I combine all those variables together and I look at these numbers and say, that's just not that much power there. Therefore, not on the list. Falling earnings estimates also. AGI picking up, Alamos Gold. I like the numbers. I like everything here. I like the rising earnings estimates. See the volume pick up here, bouncing off the 50-day. AGI 2030. AGI $20.30. Team, I will tell you this. I could look you right in the eye and say this. I don't cut corners. I went through every stock in my database. 200 and good. I think I'm up to like 250, 260. It's what we do. Is it a hassle? No, heck no. It's a heck of a lot of fun. Here we go. ACLX. See that simple base right there? That's close enough. There you go. Composite rating is 86. All right. I wish that was higher, but this is biotech. So biotech sometimes gets a pass. All right. And A accumulation distribution. It's in great shape. Just let it work. There's no clean entry on it right now. It's extended. We're just going to let it work. And I'm looking at here on my monitor, the other monitor. Yeah, we've added to this already. We've already added to it. So we're in good shape. Good job. Oracle, going across these tops right here. Earnings per share rank 84, composite rating 94. You can see this base right here. You can say, oh, there was some distribution on this bar, but look at the blue bars. A lot of blue bars in here. A minus accumulation distribution, folks, composite rating 94. By the way, when I do this, I'm not trying to sell you on the idea. No, but I think it's important to have a positive demeanor and delivery instead of, well, you look at Oracle and you can see the numbers are okay. It has an earnings per share rank of 84. Group rank is A minus. Pretty soon you fall asleep and say, put some zip in there, would you please? Yeah. So that's what we do. Take out the top of this bar, 178.30, Oracle. 178, 30 cents. Heiko Corporation. Look at the volume that came into that today. Composite rating 99. Take out the tops of this bar right there. 267.40. HEI 267 and 40 cents. SC's working for us. This is why I can't stress this enough. Your sitting is where the bigger money is made. Jesse Livermore used to talk about that. We'd talk on the phone every once in a while. I'm just kidding, okay? Anyway, everything here looks good. Numbers okay. Composite rating is 84. I can live with it. But relative strengths 98. A accumulation distribution. But these are the things I also look at. Look at the earnings estimates on this thing. I mean, that's massive, folks. So what do we want to do? Well, it's basing here. I'd like to buy more of this. Take it to the hourly and see what we have. Right through these tops here. Take that out at $100.50. SE, $100.50. Now, I would make that an add-on, not a new buy. Why? It's a shorter base. That's why it's riskier. We own it down a little lower, so we're safer. Add-on. Amazon. Folks, this is a max list stock, okay? And at any time, this market heats up. For the market to move, stocks like this are going to move. I'm just telling you that. I love the max list stocks. Got a low level cup with a handle right here, a higher low setup, 188.10. Go back to the daily and look at it. Just take out the tops of this bar. All righty. There's a safer entry right there. Also notice it closed near the highs. I want to take that out at 188.50. Amazon, 188 and 50 cents. And team, that could be a new buy or an add-on. We own this already, okay? But it could be an add-on right here. What else catches your eyes? You go, well, they're good numbers, that's for sure. But look at this. Look at how it closed that day, near the highs on a big pickup in volume. That's institutional money buying there. So we'll be ready. Amazon, max list stock. DoorDash, pretty good group. Numbers are all right. Okay. It's owned already. Where's it owned from? And I'm looking on the other monitor. Well, there was a spot down. That's close enough. Right there. Notice this bar? You can say, oh, that's a bad bar. Look where it closed. It closed near the tops. So I want to take out the top of this bar. Let's go to the hourly and see if we can fine tune this a bit. Not really. Okay. You can see the selling, but there's buying coming into it. So what do we want to do? It's simple. Take out the top of this bar right there would be an add-on at 150 and 30 cents. Dash 150 and 30 cents. Pulte Homes is working for us. That's nice to see. Trending up here. Let me sec here. Hold on. Oh, you know what? No, that's one we're waiting on here. Okay, let's do this. I think we may have sold that. Okay, it's come back a little bit. We may have sold that yesterday. Anyway, let's do this. Take out the highs of this bar. 147.50. PHM, we follow these stocks, folks. 147 and 50 cents. There we go. 147.50. You know what? That may not have been on the key list. No, that may have not have been on. I have to look back. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's a setup here. That's what we look for. Oh, I need to back up here and share something though. They have earnings in 6 days. Okay. But that's next week. Into the part of next week. We're okay. There we go. Vert is working for us. VRT. We had buys on Vert down here, down here. How about that? Isn't that great? And I do believe, looking at the chart, I think right there. There you go. And it's working. And what do? Just let it work. Let it work. I mean, that's how money is made, riding trends. And it's given us no reason to sell it all. We've sold some and locked in some profit. We bought more, but we're in good shape. Let her work. AMSC, American Superconductor, pretty good group, great numbers. AMSC, earnings in 20 days, so we have time. Okay, we can wait on that. Oh, yes, by the way, it's already owned. And by the way, I'm not doing that to brag, please, no. But I want to point out the base right here. So we've added to this already, and I'll buy more. Look at the estimates, by the way, folks. Look at that. Institutions, look at that. I'm telling you, add on. Take this out at 26.70. Add on. AMSC, $26. And yes, I go through the entire database, folks. I don't cut corners. And you know what I don't like? I hate missing a great setup. I'm not kidding. That's just like, what the heck? Come on. So Uber lifted up on earnings, not on earnings, excuse me, just lifted up. Earnings in 15 days. Pulls back on decreasing volume. That's a plus. Now, could it bounce here? You bet it could. I like the estimates going forward and they're rising. Take out the top of this bar right there, 83.50. Now, this is a pullback setup. It's riskier, it's less reliable than a longer base breakout. Be aware of that. 83.50, Uber. Get your ride with it. Okay. That's dad humor. Bear with me. Okay. Google. It's a max list stock. That says it all. I want this to pick up though. So, and how could that happen? All this stock has to do is lift across these tops with volume and take off. Now there's a tail bar here, there's a tail bar there. I'd really like this to show enough power to take out the top of this bar. 168.50 in a good market. And it's going to need, I'm going to write this down. Here's what it's going to need, team. It's going to need a good market. It's going to need to lift through here with a really good volume. Okay. Those constraints must be met. I'm rock solid about that. Okay. There you go. Continue onwards. Meta is owned down lower. like right in here. We did more right here. And we've also sold into strength. I'm pointing this out, the power in the tactic. Wouldn't you be irritated if you hadn't sold any stuff up here? We did. We did several times and it works. Okay. So what do we, 4 times to be precise. So what do we want to do with this? A bounce here off the rising 21 day, folks, it's a maxless stock. Right here, support on the 21 day. Take this out. That could be a new buy or an add-on at 582.10. Meta, 582 and 10 cents. Now, let's discuss this. This is a pullback sedative. It is not a clean and simple base breakout. It's riskier. It's less reliable. How do we control risk? If we buy less shares. That simple. ACT and ACT Holdings, pretty good group. Numbers all right. Earnings per share rank 73. Composite rating 84. I look at that and then I look and say, there's not a lot of accumulation in here either, Pat. I agree. And it's even represented by the B minus. Therefore, not clean enough, not good enough, not on the list. There we are. Walmart. I like the base on Walmart. Earnings per share rank 87, composite rating 87, relative strength 91. Good volume on this bar. Take that out at 81.90. Try to go slow enough to be thorough and specific in the explanations, but fast enough that you're not going, come on, let's go. Okay. Restoration Hardware, or RH. All right. This used to be called Restoration Hardware. Big cup and a handle here, and I want to show you the weekly. You can see this right across here. Composite rating 64. That's a negative. A minus accumulation distribution. That's good. The numbers just so. Estimates going forward are good. But again, I go back and look at the weekly. That is a long cup and a handle, folks. See that? Relative strength's 87. A minus accumulation distribution, folks. A minus. You can't get much better than that. It tells us institutions are buying it. Now, just give you a heads up. This stock can trade with a wider spread between bid and ask. It's a higher price listed stock. Be aware of that. Just if it is wide, I won't buy it. 356.10. RH 356, 10 cents. And I have to share this, team. We've stayed with the stocks, we've managed them, and days like this, that's why we stay with them. Wouldn't you be ticked if you didn't own any stocks coming into a day like this, going, wow, man, you got some stuff moving. Yeah. Bristol Myers. This has formed a big cup and a handle on the weekly, but it has to move up quite a bit to get to the pivot. Go back to the daily. By the way, composite rate is 86. Great numbers going forward. Just needs to get up to here. 54.60 could be a buy. And I'm going to go back and show you the weekly again. What do you see there? It's a big cup and a handle. Look at the accumulation that came into it. It has an A accumulation distribution rating, folks. That's power. They're buying it. So again, 54.60 BMY. Team, please don't think, oh, you got to buy every stock. No, you don't. You find the ones that are the best for you, and it works. It works very well. My apologies. Let's continue onwards. We're almost done here, by the way. Here's Goldman Sachs, or some people used to call it Golden Slacks. It's working for us. We're in good shape. This is owned down here. No real clean entry right now. The point is this. It's a simple base, folks. Volume came into it right there. And we bought it. We've added to it. We sold a little in strength. We're in good shape. There you go. That's what we do. CrowdStrike, CRWD, lifted up on good volume, fell back on less volume. Here's the one risk. It's a $300 stock, and sometimes this stock can trade with a wider spread. You've got to be a little careful with that. Therefore, let's go to the hourly and see if we can fine tune this a bit. Yeah, there's some little bit of buying, but there's more distribution recently. Look on the hourly charts. Just not clean enough. And this stock can really whip around, okay? So therefore, not on the list. Palo Alto Networks, lifted up, forming a high level handle here. Now, this is another one that can trade with a wider spread between bid and ask. But there's decent accumulation in here, but notice this. It went up, but then the volume dropped off here, just basing. It has a C plus accumulation distribution. It's not that powerful, but go to the weekly and take a look at it and say, oh, I can see some tops across here. The safest entry is taking this out, 378.33, C 377. I want to take this out at 378.40. PA on W, 378 and 40 cents. That's what we're looking for. And a good market, folks. And a good market. App, APP, I'm just pointing this out, and I think this is important from an educational perspective. Nice base breakout here. I mean, you can see, folks, right there. This is for veteran VIPs and for news. Look at the numbers, please. Look at everything right here. Look at this. The rising estimates, that's how money is made. We say, I'm doing things like this. And that's what we do. We're stringent with what we look for. Okay? There you go. And the other key lesson, trends pay. Wow, do trends pay? There you go. Let it work. And look at the rising earnings estimates too. We're in good shape. I'm not bragging. I'm just pointing out. These are the things decades ago, I wish somebody would have said, hey, Pat, what are you doing, man? Look for stuff like this. Forget all the other junk. And I try to share that with you. That's what we do, trying to help. QLD's kind of loose here. D minus accumulation distribution fell on heavy volume. No real clean entry there, so we leave it alone. SSO, a little choppier up here too. Some distribution yesterday. E accumulation distribution. They're really not buying it. Okay, so we got to be cautious with that. GLD working here a little bit. This one's owned. We're in good shape with it. Just let it work. Let it work. What's the high on this bar? 248.10. Let's go down, or 09. Let's take it to the hourly. Well, you look and you say, well, that's kind of a tail bar that did it there. We're in good shape with it. I've got alerts set on it. Let it work. Let it work. We don't have to micromanage it either. That's the kicker. Key on daily charts. Key on daily charts and let them work. ITA, this is another one. And by the way, I'm doing this for educational purposes, just pointing out things to look for. All right. I'm looking at something real quick on this. Bear with me. I always like to cross-reference different things. It's just trending. There's no real clean entry at this point in time, but I do think some people own it. I do believe some VIPs own it. You're in good shape. There you go. Hack, lifted up, formed a little base right here. It's a little bit extended, and I point these things out for education. All right. Be really an aggressive entry right there. I'd be cautious with that. But now look at this. It lifted up. Look at A minus accumulation distribution. Take it to the hourly. And you could say, yeah, but there was distribution. It's not that clean. Therefore, not on the list. It's a pullback setup. And I don't want to get too sloppy here. All right. That's very important. MasterCard. This stock was bought down here. And this stock was bought here and here. And it closed near the highs of the day. There you go. It's working. Simple basis. We're in good shape. I'm not bringing this to brag, please. I'm trying to just constantly educate, like, hey, look for this stuff. Please look for this stuff. It works. You're in good shape and trends pay. Let her work. Pay, P-A-Y, lifting up here. And I think some people may own this. Okay. I've got to look at something. I'm going to pause this for a minute. Hold on just a second. Yeah, double checking. I think some people own this. Let me know tomorrow, okay? Because I got it marked that it's owned, okay? So, by the way, from educational perspective, if you don't own it, don't buy it up here. If you do own it, it could be an add-on. So pay. And again, I try to be really thorough here and keep people prepared. It's a big thing with me. We're always prepared. Block. Notice I didn't call it by the other name. There's still hope for me. Look at that move, closing at the highs of the day. There you go. We're in good shape with it. We'll just let it work. I know, team, true confession. I'm going to call it square again. I'll just tell you that, okay? Anyway, Visa. It's everywhere you want to be. Now, this had a big move today, all right? I'm not sure if anybody's in it or not, but I'm just pointing out this is a Maxless stock and it lifted fast. So let me know if you own it. We'll put it on the page. Here's the negative with it, D minus accumulation distribution. And again, on these videos, folks, I want to educate. I don't want to just give ideas, all right? It's a powerful thing. If we just give ideas but you never learn anything, you'll never get better. By educating, you know what to look for fundamentally and technically and what to do. And that's power that nobody can take away from you. It'll change your life. And team, that's the entire key list for tomorrow. Yes, I scan all of them. Good job to all of you. I'm pumped. Hey, tomorrow's Thursday too, and we have Discord. How about that? Have a good, safe night, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. And I thank you.